Hi everybody, so let's do the final exam review. So a couple things you gotta note. There are multiple ways to do some of these problems, but I'm only gonna do one. Actually for this first A and B, I'm gonna do two different ways of doing it, but let's get started. For the first one, we have x to the fourth. We're looking at A, minus 13x squared, minus 48. This actually factors, and if we do this, and since we're looking for zeros, real or imaginary, the first term here is 1, so we don't need the snowflake. We have negative 48, negative 13. 48 is 16 times 3, I think. Must be negative 16, and that works out. So this is going to factor as x squared minus 16, x squared plus 3. Okay, so if we set that equal to 0, well, we know this factors as x plus 4, x minus 4. So we get x is equal to 4 and negative 4 as our solutions. These are real solutions. And then for the other one, we'll set it equal to 0 and solve it. X squared is equal to negative 3. We take the square root. X is equal to plus or minus I square root 3. So we've got our four roots. We've got these ones and we've got these ones. Okay. So that worked out pretty nicely because it factored. You should check if it factors on the test. The trick I used obviously is notice that the degree of the first term is 4, the degree of the second one's 2, and then the next one's 0. So there's a pattern. It's going down by 2 each time. And then when I have this factoring part, I'm able to put x squared here, whatever the middle term is. Okay, so let's do part B. So we've got x to the fourth minus 4x to the third minus x squared minus 16x minus 20. Okay, so I don't think anything factors out of this, so let's not bother. Let's look at the multiples of 20. We have negative plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, 3, no, 4, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 10, and plus or minus 20. So we're going to use synthetic division, 1, negative 4, negative 1, negative 16, and negative 20. Now we have to test all of these. The first term is 1, so we don't have to worry about fractions. So we have 1, let's try it. 1 and 1 is 1, that's negative 3. That's negative 3, that's negative 4. Negative 4, that's negative 20. And then this is going to be negative 20, which is negative 40. So 1 does not work because we wanted to get a 0 here. So what didn't work? Let's try negative 1 this time. So we've got 1, negative 1 and 1, negative 1 and 1 is negative 1. If we multiply them, that's negative 5 if we add them. That's 5. So this is going to be 4. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Negative 20, and then negative 1 times that is 20, so this is 0. So negative 1, x equals negative 1 is 0. Oops. Just start a list over here. Okay, so that one worked. Let's try it again, because it's still x to the third, and that might not be easy to factor. So if we do negative 1 again, that's negative 1. Add those together, that's negative 6. Negative 6 times this negative 1 is positive 6. This is 10. Negative 10. This is not 0, so we can't do that. Okay, so negative 1 has been exhausted. Let's hope that 2 or negative 2 works. Let's try 2. 2 times 1 is 2. That's negative 3. Negative 6. Negative 2. And then that times that is negative 4. That's not going to get rid of a 20, so that didn't work. Try negative. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. This is negative 7. This is 14. Yes. This is 18. This is going to be too big, so this one's not going to work. So you're gone. Negative 2 didn't work. So let's try 4. 1 times 4, 4, negative 1. Negative 5 and 4 is negative 1. This is negative 4. This is 0. 0 times this is 0, so this is negative 20, so this didn't work. We try negative 4. I don't think negative 4 is going to work. So let's see, this is x to the third minus 5x squared. Oh, this does factor nicely, I think. Plus 4x minus 20. Let's try factoring this. We can factor in x squared. This is x minus 5. By the way, I'm doing this by grouping. We can factor a 4, so let's get a plus 4. X minus 5. Oh yeah, this does factor nicely. So 5 would have worked if we used 5 next. So then this is going to be x squared plus 4, x minus 5. And don't forget, we already had x equals negative 1, so I'll write that over here now. So this one indicates that x equals 5 is 1, because if we set that equal to 0, 5 minus 5 is 0. And then this one is going to give us x squared plus 4 is equal to 0, is going to give us square root x is equal to plus or minus 2i. So we have 2i and negative 2i. And so that's how we would do that one. I guess I should have just tried that first, but you know, you can keep doing synthetic division over and over with the new ones that you get. You can even go back to the original and do it, but I don't advise it. You want to break it down and get it lower and smaller, because if there's imaginary ones, you won't find them if you don't do it that way. So next one, divide using any method. So, well, I've just used synthetic division. So let's do this one by long division. So we have x to the fourth, 4x to the third minus 2x plus 9, x plus 3. So x times what gives us x to the fourth? X to the third. So x to the fourth. We multiply this back to these two, and then we put those underneath this. So this is going to be plus 3x to the third, but I'm not going to write it because I'm about to change the signs of both of these. They're both positive, negative, negative. This one's 0. This one is x to the third. X goes into x to the third, x squared times. Okay, and then I'm going to do x to the third. Oh, and we're going to drop into negative 2x. So we've got x to the third plus 3x squared. Did I forget? Oh, there's no x squared term. Uh-oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, so here, let's fix this. Oops, didn't mean to erase that. Okay, so before I do this, I need a 0x squared. You can't forget that. Minus 2x plus 9. There we go. Cannot forget that. If we forget that, we are in trouble. So this is going to be minus 0x squared. I'm using that as a placeholder. And then we have, okay, so we have x to the third times, or x squared, this x squared, times x. That's x to the third. X to the second times 3, that's 3x squared. You can put a plus here too, it doesn't matter either one, because it's 0. Alright, so minus minus, this is going to be negative 3x squared minus 2x. Okay, so here we go. X goes into negative 3x squared, negative 3x times that. Negative 3x times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x times 3 is minus 9x. We're going to change the signs, plus, plus. This is 0. You always change the signs. Remember, this is division, so it will go away. So that's 0. This is plus 7x. Bring down the 9. X goes into 7x 7 times. 7x, 21, minus, minus. This is 0. This is negative 12. 21 minus 9. Yeah. Okay. So, minus 12 over x plus 3. Just to check it, I'll do it by long division real quick and just make sure my coefficients match up. We have 1, 4, 0, negative 2, and 9. X plus 3 means this is negative 3. I don't need this here anymore. Long division says this is 1, negative 3, this is 1, negative 3, this is negative 3. This is positive 9, so this is 7, negative 21, and negative 12. So all my things match up, so we're good to go. I checked my answer. These all match the coefficients from these up here, so your answer here is correct, and we are good to go. Okay. All right. We'll do video 2 next. Thanks.